Welcome to the Sunday morning worship service at DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church. My name is Kat Gelder, and I am a member of your board of trustees. Unitarian Universalism is a faith tradition committed to creating a just and flourishing world for all people. Our Universalist theology tells us that every person is worthy of love, and thus, when we say, whoever you are, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. This is our message of love to you, inviting you and your whole self into this space to help us co-create a world centered on our values. We invite you to learn more about us and to consider joining this community to enact our values of equity, justice, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity. And we have one extra announcement today. We are collecting gifts for PADS guests again this holiday season. Please take a tag or two from the Christmas tree as you walk between Creeves Hall and the sanctuary. Help us make PADS adults and children's lives a bit brighter. Please place the unwrapped gifts with the tag attached under the tree by December 28th. And if you don't know of PADS, it stands for Public Action to Deliver Shelter. It's a DuPage group working to end homelessness. Now, if you are online, I invite you to greet each other through the chat, and if you are present here today, I invite you to turn to someone that you did not come with and greet them with a good morning greeting.
We light our chalice for the wonder that is all around us, the wonder that cultivates hope, that honors peace, and allows us to breathe through the news and chaos of the season and our world. On this, the third week of Advent, we first relight the candle for hope. Hope is an active practice, a seed we tend to in our hearts. Our second candle is relit for peace. In a world of conflict and strife, peace is one of the many things we hope for and one of the many things that calls for our active participation. Our third candle is for joy. Joy is not empty or hollow. It is the thrill of the first snowflake, the wonder of the holiday season, the spark in a young child's eye. The pink of this candle reminds us that we are now over halfway to Christmas. The joy of God with us, the immanent divine all around us, does not come as naive optimism or surface-level feel-goodness. Joy cannot be imposed from on high. Joy cannot be commanded. The joy of God with us is mingled with grief, exists side by side with mourning, knows that pain and death are all too real, but do not have the final word. This joy tends tenderly to beauty and softness, and the gladness that comes from paying attention to what matters. The joy of God with us is collective, liberating us from deadly despair. The joy is gestating in darkness, it comes unexpectedly. Joy invites our expectation and demands our participation. Prepare the way for joy with sorrow. May joy be birthed among, within, and through us this Advent. This evening marks the first night of Hanukkah. Hanukkah is an 8-day Jewish holiday, also known as the Festival of Lights. In the 2nd century BCE, the Holy Land was ruled by the Syrian Greeks who tried to force the people of Israel to accept Greek culture and beliefs instead of the Jewish faith and practices. Against all odds, a small band of faithful but poorly armed Jews, led by Judah the Maccabi, defeated one of the mightiest armies on earth, drove the Greeks from the land, reclaimed the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, and rededicated it to the service of God. When they sought to light the temple's menorah, they found only a single container of olive oil. They lit the menorah, and on the one-day supply of oil lasted for 8 days until new oil could be prepared under conditions of ritual purity. On the first night of Hanukkah, we light the first candle using the Shamash and say, "Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has granted us life, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this occasion."
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishamu mitzvotav, mitzvoteinu la'aleh shel Chanukah. Baruch atah
Good morning. It is good to see so many faces on this frigidly cold day. Welcome to this place of love, this place of communal flourishing. We gather in this worship space each week to open our hearts, to expand our minds, and to see the sacred within each other. Come, let us worship together.
Please rise in body or in spirit and join in singing hymn number 112. Do you hear? Yes.
Do you hear, oh my friend, in the place where you stand, through the sky, through the land? Do you hear, in the heights on the plain, in the vale on the main, in the sun, in the rain? Do you hear, Through the roar, through the rush, through the throng, through the crush, do you hear in the hush of your soul, hear the cry, fear won't still, hear the heart's call to will, hear a sigh, silent trill, in your soul, in your soul. From the place where you stand to the outermost strand, do you hear, oh my friend? Do you hear? All the dreams, all the dares, all the sighs, all the prayers, they are yours, mine and theirs. Do you hear?
The mission statement of DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church reminds us of who we have agreed to be, who we are. Please join me in reading our mission statement. We gather as an inclusive community to grow in character, mind, and spirit, and to transform the world toward fairness, love, and compassion. The vision statement of DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church is our dream, who we wish to become. Please join me in reading our vision statement. We strive to boldly enact our values toward a just world as we nurture our growth to become a more inclusive and deeply connected intergenerational community.
Our vision of beloved community is rooted in the relationships we have with one another, our world, and creation. Each week we invite all joys and concerns to be shared here aloud from the pulpit. I have one concern to share with you all today. Mary Beth DeBolt's brother had emergency open heart surgery yesterday, and he needs all the good energy he can get. Indeed, we send you and him and your whole family so much love and healing energy as he navigates this health crisis. As a reminder, outside our doors, the sanctuary to our doors is our new prayer tree. We invite you to take a leaf home that is on the tree to send good intentions and prayer into the world. And there are leaves on the table outside that you can add a prayer to that tree if you feel so moved. Whether you share your concern or your joy here aloud or you hold it in your heart, we care for one another in this community and know that our pastoral ministries associates or myself are available, as are so many other folks. This community truly, truly does care for each other. Please join me in a moment of meditative prayer. Pray with me now, if you will. I think we need to pray. Pray with me now, not out to some great intervener, a handsome stranger coming to the rescue. You don't have to barter your soul, your mind, your free and restless spirit. Pray with me now. We need to pray loudly sometimes, giving voice in word or gesture to the urgent fires within our hearts, screaming out, why this? How long? Screaming out for help, for courage. Outrage rumbles through our veins, and the pulse of our prayer is ragged. Pray with me now, if you will. I think we need to pray. We need to pray softly sometimes, our silent bodies held still, a quiet hope rising to the wind, blowing about the world in wonder. Pray with me now. Pray silently or aloud. Our very prayers are an answer, the pulse of life, of hope, in our oh so human hearts. May our prayers be heard.
Giving of our treasure is how we reciprocate the many gifts we are given by this community and how we live our values in the world. Each Sunday, we offer our financial gifts to both this congregation and to an organization that gives life to these values and makes a difference in the world. The December special collection is for the Care Closet, nominated by DUUC member Chris Cooper, is a Plano area school district resource which provides clothing, hygiene items, and school supplies free to any Plano area student in need. The Plano School District's students are more than 60% low income and greater than 50% Latino with many immigrant families. There also are a significant number of homeless students. Although the school district does not identify undocumented students or families, we know that many in the community fear deportation. In these uncertain times for our immigrant families, this project provides a measure of support for vulnerable families. As we pass our offering plate, know that it is a vessel that connects us to each other through our gratitude and generosity. So, give freely your thankfulness and abundance that our values can forever take hold in our world. Our reading today is from Wild Mercy, Living the Fear and Tender Wisdom of the Women Mystics by Mirabai Starr. There is a Kabbalistic story in which the boundless, formless, unified Holy One wished to know its holy self, and so it contracted and poured itself into vessels. But the divine radiance was too much for these limited containers, and so they shattered, scattering shards of broken light across the universe, giving birth to all that is. This sounds like modern cosmology, which also asserts that the universe expanded from an exceedingly high-density state, resulting in the full spectrum of material phenomena. I've dubbed this vessel-shattering version of the origins of the universe the Jewish Big Bang. It comes from a teaching Rabbi Isaac Luria offered in the 16th century to illustrate how form arises from formlessness, how light gets trapped inside darkness, and how the Holy One needs us to participate in the unfolding goodness of creation. Humans, as the teaching goes, were created to excavate and lift the shards of light from the dense predicament of existence and restore the vessels to wholeness. In mystical Judaism, the teaching is known as Tikkun Olam, the mending of the world. How are we to do this? The answer is with every act of chesed, loving kindness, and tzedakah, generosity. It means observing the directives found in the Torah, which we can view not only as the compendium of Hebrew scriptures, but as the essence of all the sacred teachings of all the world's great wisdom traditions. It means cultivating a contemplative practice to nurture intimacy with the divine, making an effort to welcome the stranger and care for the earth. It means bending close to listen for what it is our sisters and brothers on the margins might need, and being willing to forgo our notions of what helping looks like, since our preconceived ideas of service sometimes get in the way of authentically serving. It means pressing our ear to the land to hear the heartbeat of the mother, learning to hear her pulses, diagnose her ailments, intuit healing remedies. It means slowing down enough to let the pain of the world all the way into our hearts, allowing our hearts to break open and acting from the broken open space. It means stepping up with humility, with curiosity, with love.
It is time to gather, and I would like to invite the kids to come forward and join me for a project that we're going to work on. Back up. So in this basket, I want to show you what I have. What do I have here?
It looks like a toilet.
A broken vase? Yeah, it's a broken flower pot. Now, the flower pot is broken, but broken doesn't mean useless. Broken means something needs care. Sometimes our world feels like this pot. When people are left out, when someone is treated unfairly, when the earth is hurt, when people don't listen to each other. So in the Jewish tradition, there's a name for helping to fix the world. Alyssa just talked about it in the reading. It's called Tikkun Olam. It means repairing the world. Not all at once, not by superheroes, but piece by piece. Each piece of this pot can hold a word that helps heal the world. Can you think of some words that helps the world heal? Ella? Love. Clements? Care. Ash? Kindness. Yes. Generosity. Hope. Compassion. Help. Respect. Joy. Fairness. Courage. Listening. All these words can help heal the world. So what I want us to do is each of us are going to get a piece of this pot, and we're going to decorate it, one by putting a word on there that might help heal the world. And I have these pens that are acrylic paint pens. So when you write with it, it has a fine tip edge and a broad tip edge. When you write your word, blow on it, give it a couple seconds to dry, otherwise it'll smear. So you can put your word on there, you can draw some pictures if you want, and another thing you can do is I have some silver and gold and bronze Sharpies. What I want you to do is to outline the edges where it's broken. Because we're not hiding the brokenness. We're not hiding that it's broken. When it's put together, we want to highlight that it was broken and it has been repaired. So when we put it back together, you'll be able to see those edges. So you can decorate it however you want. Yes, Ella. We'll see. So this is broken pottery. There are sharp points on it. There's edges on it. It's not as sharp as glass, but if you rub against it the wrong way, it'll cut just like glass. So be careful with it, okay? And little ones, you'll definitely want to have your parents work with you. I have a bunch of the markers over there. There's Sharpies over there. The special metallic Sharpies are over there. And I want you to work on these and then bring the pieces back to me, and I'm going to put it back together. I'm going to glue it together. So every word you write is a way for people to help repair the world. So during the rest of the service, as you finish your piece, bring it back to me, and I'll glue our pot back together. And watch what happens as I put the pieces together. And remember, no one piece fixes everything, but every piece matters. It will still be the same pot, and then you'll see the places where it was broken. But those places tell a story. They show where love showed up. And in our Unitarian Universalist faith, we say love is at the center. And when we live with love, when we choose kindness, fairness, and care, we are practicing Tikkun Olam. All right. So I'm going to give you a piece. Be careful with it. Come on forward. There we go. There's a piece for you. There's a piece for you. There's a piece for you. One for you. There's a piece for you and you and Graham and it has a sharp edge. So I'm gonna, all right. Ella, where'd you go? Hello. Here we go. All right. Yep. Do we got everybody now? All right.
Oh
Frodo Baggins, the lead character in J.R.R. Tolkien's trilogy, The Lord of the Rings, was rather unremarkable. I said what I said. Or at least that's what I realized when our family rewatched the movies over Thanksgiving weekend. Now, I recognize that Frodo was certainly of strong mind. How could he not be on a 3-year journey facing evils, starvation, and death while literally carrying an evil ring? I also recognize that Frodo's poor decisions and misgivings were heavily influenced by the power of the ring. But I actually believe that Frodo was ordinary. And I think that was the point. Reverend Beth Johnson, my UU ministerial colleague at our Hinsdale congregation, told me several months ago over lunch that the situation in Gaza, the war between Palestine and Israel, was one of many symptoms of our broken world. Arguably, one of the worst symptoms of a broken world. I've been carrying that heaviness with me as I read of Trump's tariffs, as I accompany my UU colleagues to perform flower communion in front of the Broadview ICE Detention Center, as I read the news of Supreme Court decisions that seem to defy the Constitution. I might even rephrase this understanding of a broken world as a primal wound. The concept of the primal wound finds its origins in psychotherapy. Its original meaning is used to describe the separation of a child from its birth mother and is considered a foundational trauma that can lead to lifelong emotional and psychological damages. While certainly the fracturing of a mother-child relationship would be a foundational trauma, what if we looked at a primal wound as any trauma that separates us from that which is good and holy in this world? After all, I would argue that it is not the separation from a birth mother that is the wound, but what a mother stands for: unconditional love and seeing endless possibility in one's child. Under this definition, maybe the original primal wound for humans is the moment in our lives, both collectively as a species and individually by person, when we are separated from love, and thus separated from our potential and possibility. When we choose to deviate from the path that would allow us to become our full selves, we open that wound further. When we collectively choose to move not with loving kindness and generosity, but with hate and greed and selfishness. The story of Tikkun Olam might be an origin story of the primal wound, the first breaking of potential and love when the divine tried to limit themselves. While it can be considered a gift, the bringing about of all that is the beginning of the universe, in that breaking was also all of the potential for all things, both good and bad, to exist. And that breaking with it brought about a choice that we can make each and every day, both as individuals and as a collective, the decision to be our potential or to ignore it. Tonight is the first night of Hanukkah, a night of miracles in the Jewish tradition. For 8 days, the temple lamps stayed lit despite only enough oil for 1 day. This miracle marked a time of reclaiming the Jewish temple and a moment of regaining sovereignty when the Maccabees freed themselves from the rule of the Seleucids. Part of me wants to hold this simplistic understanding of the story, to convince myself that maybe on this night, a part of the broken vessels were reclaimed, a primal wound was partially healed. In good conscience, I cannot. Several weeks ago, I shared that my heart is aching for the world. I don't know that I have ever felt the burden of the breaking of the vessels, the original primal wound, as keenly as I do in this particular political and social moment. In one of the pieces that I hold so closely as I consider this wound, the shattering of the vessels of light, is that it's more complex than a simple miracle of light. The Maccabees were violent and problematic in their own right. Simply saying that Hanukkah is a miracle does not carry the whole story in the same way that to say Thanksgiving is about a moment of gratitude which erases the genocide of indigenous people. Repairing the vessels of light to restore the essence and possibility of all that is good in this world will require that we face the cracks. Some things once broken can never be fixed. The golden scars of kintsugi, the Japanese practice of repairing broken pottery with gold filling, making the pieces more beautiful, is a reminder that even in brokenness, we can find beauty, but we cannot repair the pottery as if the brokenness had never happened. That seems to be what Mirabai Starr is suggesting. While Jewish tradition tells us that loving kindness and generosity are the steps of repair, Starr tells us that we can only act out that loving kindness and generosity from our brokenness. We must let the pain of the world all the way in order for us to find our way out. It is the pain that is our true nature. The pretending that everything is right is how we deceive ourselves. This is what is meant by the gift of the shattering, bringing forth all that is. It is beauty and goodness, it is brokenness and pain. And pain requires that we sit in the complexity, the gray spaces of the in-between. If we're to find the true vessels of light, in order to repair the world, we must confront all the ways that hurt and harm, that the primal wound of separation has broken us from the potential of our true selves and led us to this place. Frodo was ordinary. His task was the most important of all the tasks, as simple as it was, simple in proposal, not in execution. Frodo, I think, is a reminder that every one of us is called to repair the world. It is up to each and every one of us in all our ordinariness to ensure that we do not give up looking for the shattered vessels and that we see with true eyes what beauty we can create and find when we do, while honoring the pain and heartache that got us here and that will remain even when the repair happens. The thing is, though, Frodo wasn't alone on his journey. His friend and gardener, Samwise Gamgee, was actually the real hero. Sam saw exactly what the goal was. He never wavered, reminding Frodo when he despaired of the goodness of the world. He engaged in acts of loving kindness and generosity, even when Frodo rejected him and was overwhelmed by the hate of the ring. We know that Frodo was broken by the ring. He would never be the same, even after it was destroyed. So much so that he would leave the shores of Middle-earth never to return. But Sam was broken too. Sam loved his friend and ached to see him in pain. And it was his love for his friend, through and in that brokenness, that Sam carried Frodo to Mount Doom, reminding him of the beauty of the world. Frodo did not walk alone, and neither do we. We do not sit in the heartache, and we do not repair the world alone. This is entirely the purpose of this church. We commit to being with one another in the hopes of reaching our full potential while remaining open to the heartache of the world so we can repair it together. We are just ordinary human beings living in a moment where the woundedness of the world is bleeding over into everything. We are ordinary. We may even be broken like Frodo. The world would have us engage in retail therapy, ignore the plight of the disfranchised, get lost in social media, steer clear of poverty, and continue with our everyday lives as if nothing was happening. Rather, we are called to let our hearts break. When our ordinary hearts break, we are called to repair through acts of generosity and loving kindness. And when we forget how to act, how to repair, how to live in the pain of our broken hearts, we have one another, our Samwise Gamgees, each other, to remind us that it can be done, that we can live with complexity and pain and grief, and we can use it to repair the world.
Please rise once more in body or in spirit and join in singing hymn number 10, Immortal Love.
Immortal love, forever flow, forever flowing free, forever share, forever hold, a never-ending sea. Our outward lips confess the name of other names above, but love alone knows whence it came and comprehendeth love. The winds of love awake and blow, the mists of hate away. Sing out, O truth divine, and tell how wide and far we stray. The letter fails, the systems fall, and every symbol wanes. The Spirit overseeing all, eternal love remains.
In this holiday season, in this darkest of seasons, let us remember that we find the light within each other, and together we repair the world.
Please join me in the chalice extinguishing words. We extinguish the light of this chalice, but not the light in our hearts. Until we meet again, may the warmth of our community carry you.